Hello, hello. I don't see any lines, but the green light's on. Test, test, test. Anybody out there in computer land, would you let us know if we are up and moving? Thank you. Waiting for somebody from the other room to run in and say, hey, you're making an idiot of yourself.
Yeah, we're on. I just heard you say something about being an idiot, Mike. So
Oh, great.
on my phone.
Well, if that's
We're
all we get
good.
out of the meeting, that's good enough.
We're live. Okay. All right. We'd like to go ahead and resume our county commission meeting this Tuesday, the 26th day of May, 2020. We'll now go into our public comment portion of the meeting. Limit is 3 minutes per individual. Is there anyone that has a public comment that would like to speak? Seeing none, we'll move on to item number 2, which is the canvass of the May 12th, 220. Is he coming?
So John said that Dan was not here, but that he would call in.
Well, this one is John. Number 3 would be Dan.
John Whitaker is.
Oh, yeah. No, that's what he's finishing up right now.
Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll come back to item number 2. Let's jump over that until John gets back. So let's just jump over to number 3, discussion and possible approval of Dan, but Dan's not here either.
Now,
So
hold on. Let me see if I can.
there's our fearless clerk.
Did you make it,
All right.
make it to my part of the meeting already?
Well, we're going past you, but we'll go back to you now.
Okay.
You better look at that and just make sure I clicked the right things.
Oh. Well, you've got all kinds of stuff going. Good job. Overkill, but you got it.
Okay, canvass of the May 12th, 2020 special election for Cedar Highlands Town. John Whitaker.
This is me apologizing for not having taken care of this yesterday, but me and my boy got the light on his dirt bike fixed, so I didn't make it here. Catch my breath. We appreciate having representation from the in a few minutes former town of Cedar Highlands. As we've talked about in previous meetings, on May 12th there was an election, a dissolution election amongst Cedar Highlands Town. It was done by mail. There were 2 more ballots that could be cast, and the percentage is it's now 75-12 in favor of dissolution, or 86% versus 13, almost 14% for dissolution. The law is very clear as far as how the process is to carry on. We will forward this along to Judge Barnes today, and then he will have the power to wind down the affairs of the town. Because of the very specifics of the law, this election was performed by the county and will be canvassed by the county commission. And that was the document I just had to prepare, was the actual canvas, not just the election results. There weren't too many surprises. There wasn't much controversy. It was pretty straightforward. I guess first, do you all have any questions or comments?
Mayor Byler wanted to take a
Come on
minute
up.
and speak.
Thank you, Commissioners. My name's Jim Byler. I'm the soon-to-be former mayor of Cedar Highlands, which is a good thing. As my son said, I may be the only politician that ever voted to end my position and authority and power. So I just wanted to take a minute and thank the commissioners for helping our community through this transition period. At best, Cedar Highlands Town was a failed experiment, maybe something that never should have happened. But I think based on the outcome of the vote, it's very clear that the residents are looking forward to coming back under the governance of Iron County and the commissioners. And our goal is to work constructively going forward. We have so many great community members. We're a thriving community up there, and our goal is to just work constructively with the county to do what we can to continue to improve the ex-town of Cedar Highlands. I anticipated that this vote was going to have the outcome that it did, and as a result, over the course of the last several months, I've been meeting with county officials just to kind of make sure we could have a very smooth and easy transition back to the county. And so I just wanted to just take a second and thank the people that I've met with and talked with, and that I understand we've given them some work to do, but they've been extremely helpful to myself, our council, and our community. And it starts with Sheriff Carpenter, John Whitaker has been a huge help. Dan Jessen, Cindy Bullock, they've met with me, and they've been instrumental in providing us the information we need to make a smooth transition and wind down our council affairs. Reed Erickson has also been a tremendous help. So I just want to thank the commissioners for helping us get through this process, and thank those county officials that have been there for our community. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Yeah, my thanks to Mayor Byler and the folks there. Also, the good support from the other elected officials who have a bit more to do with the taxation process. One of the things that the judge will have power to do in winding down the affairs of the town is to levy a special tax just to, if there are any unpaid claims. We're not sure how that's going to land yet, but that kind of comes down to Judge Barnes. There's a 6-month period in which he can accept or reject claims, and after that, all claims against the town will be rejected. And so kind of limiting how much liability the town can have. They've done a great job coordinating with us, like Mayor Byler said. And so with that, I present to you the canvass of the Cedar Highlands Town Municipal Dissolution Election, May 12, 2020. 86% in favor, 13% opposed. That's 75 to 12, with 87 ballots cast on 109 registered voters.
Okay, is that the end of your presentation? Okay. I move that we accept the canvass of the May 12th, 2020 special election for dissolution of Cedar Highlands Town with 86% of voters voting in favor of the dissolution.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the canvass of the May 12th, 2020 special election for the dissolution of Cedar Highlands Town as explained by Commissioner Adams. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, so
Feel that load coming off your shoulder.
Hey, John, is this the number for Dan to call? All right. He just texted, said he tried to call in and nothing happened.
fastest signature in the West.
You say Dan's calling in for this
Yeah, Dan will call. He should be momentarily.
on Zoom or by phone?
Or just teleconference. He doesn't have a computer. And actually,
You want me to call him?
559-4000. We've got this here.
Okay.
John,
Yes.
will we get a copy of that?
I want to arrange for that right now.
Hello? You there?
Marilee is down there, and I've asked her to make you several color copies
Yeah.
of that, and then I want her to keep you. Okay. They're
Yeah.
pretty convincing. missing color copies, so just make sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cedar Highland people, or this is a separate issue. I just need your signature on play by play. Pretty exciting. Yeah. Yes.
Did you try and join the Zoom meeting?
No, I don't.
That's okay. All right. So
All right. So.
Hang it up. All right, Dan, can you hear us?
Yeah.
All right. You are on speakerphone and over the loudspeaker in the room. I believe we're on to the item you're prepared to talk about.
Okay. Well, that's rather intimidating, but that's okay.
So choose your words carefully.
Okay. So basically, we have just the annual renewal of the library, the bookmobile contract, and I've communicated with them. Hopefully, you're looking at the one that says 138 or 130,000, not 142. Did you get that updated
Yes.
version that I emailed?
Yeah.
We did, yes.
Okay. So last year was a little higher than normal. We needed to clear out some fund balance, and we're now backing it off. The state likes to have a consistent number. They like to have us tell them what the amount is, so then they can tell us what the amount will be in a contract. With the cities, we just push them money based on the calculation of how much tax and interest and everything was collected in terms of library tax, and then we distribute that on a proportional basis based on property value in the different areas covered by the different libraries. So this is just the annual contract with the state. I think we'll just keep it at this amount for a little while, realizing there will be just a little bit of a balance, which we'll plow back into the fund balance and redistribute out, and then we'll just adjust it we'll just renew it every couple of years and tweak it. I think that'll be a little easier than doing an amendment every single year to the contract, which is what we've been doing, making basically 3 payments, 1 contract and 1 amendment. It's been rather onerous. So I think now we'll just do contract, we'll have a set amount and 2 payments and just go from there. So any questions on that?
No.
I think so. I guess I do have a question, Dan. So does the ENIAC Library and the Cedar City Library contribute to this?
So there's actually a levy, a property tax levy. It's a very, very tiny levy. It and the health levy are the smallest levies that we have. They're minuscule, but it does generate a certain amount of property tax, and it's a county library tax. And so what happens is we distribute that out to the cities, Cedar City and Parowan City, and then the balance of it goes to the Iron County Bookmobile, which is actually run by the Utah State Library. So we go ahead and pay that out. The state library takes the amount of money that we give them, and they add quite a bit. It takes more money to run the bookmobile than we pay in, and it's kind of a quasi county library system that way. It's done a little differently in other counties, but this is the way we do it. So, and then of course the cities, they pump in additional money to fund their libraries. That's not enough to fund their library, but that's how it works. Like give you an example, in Washington County, they do it a little differently. They actually, the counties, there are county libraries. Even within the cities, the county actually actively operates and runs the libraries. In Iron County, we have a levy and we distribute that out. We have a memorandum of understanding with Cedar City and Parowan, and we do it based on land value in the areas that they serve. Bryan Head, Paragouna, and Parowan are calculated in, and that money is given to Parowan, and then Cedar City and Canaryville property values are calculated in. That money's given to the Cedar City Library, and then all the unincorporated area, what's left over, is what goes into the county library that we send up to the bookmobile.
Very good. Thank you.
Yep.
So we need a motion.
All right. I move for approval of the Utah State Library Memorandum of Agreement for Iron County Bookmobile Service for fiscal year 2020 and 2021 in the amount of $130,000.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the Utah State Library Memorandum of Agreement for Iron County Bookmobile. And this is the service for 2020 to 21 for $130,000. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We'll move to item number 4, personnel in corrections.
You good?
Jennifer?
All right.
Hello again. I just have one for today. It's for your consideration for the promotion of David Avila from Deputy 1 to Deputy 2. He has completed all the requirements to be promoted, and with that promotion, it will take into effect back the beginning of the pay period of 5/17/2020.
I move approval of the promotion of David Avila from Deputy 1 to Deputy 2 in the Corrections Department effective 5/17/2020.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded for the promotion of David Avila from Deputy 1 to Deputy 2, effective 5/17/2020. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jennifer. Thank you. We'll move to our non-delegated items, Prairie Dog Matters. We did have a conference call the other day just with BLM talking about some, what was it, the term, it was the translocation.
And, yeah, on Beaver County Commissioners.
So that's something we dealt with a little bit on that, but it went well. Any county board issues we have? I'd mentioned the one for the Human Services Council. If there's nothing else, we will go ahead and declare this meeting adjourned. Thank you for your attendance. Appreciate it. Now we're meeting